Hello sweet friends and crafters, welcome to Carol's Craft Cottage. For today's video I have a short tutorial for you. I'm putting together the fringe style flower from Scrapdiva Designs. I think this makes a beautiful fall flower for all your fall projects and mini albums and whatever you create with fall paper crafts. So I'm using this die right here. It comes with 2 of each petal. You have an extra large, a large, a medium, and a small. It's called the Fringe Style Flower, and these are Erica's social media contacts. And please use Carol 10 at checkout for 10% off your order. When you are ordering the dies, I will have an affiliate link to this die in the description box below. So let me go ahead and start showing you some of the flowers. These are a dark red for fall that I created. This is the largest flower. I know it's harder to see that one than the yellow, so that's why I'm going to do the yellow. This is the orange. So I'm going to make 3 flowers today. So this is the large. This is the, let's see, where's my medium? This is my medium flower. And then I'm going to make the little bud right here. This, and this. Now you can see those really good. Okay. So let's get started. I'll cut my flowers out on some yellow cardstock. And what I do next is I use fossilized amber, however you want to say that. And we're just going to go over some of the petals down the center, some on the sides. And I'm going to do all of these so I don't have to come back to do them. I basically either go down the center or one side. The whole thing doesn't have to be done, just so I have a little bit of shading in this flower. So the next one I'm going to do is Spiced Marmalade, Distress Ink, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm only going to either go in the center, maybe down one petal, maybe down one side, just a little bit to give it some shading, and you see how that is turning out. And that's it for shading. It gives it that nice fall look. Okay, now we're going to start with the large flower. So you will need 2 of the extra large petals, 2 of the large petals, and 1 of the small. So we're going to start with the large, and we're going to go onto the back. And we're going to make a circle over each petal. And I do have a Cuttlebug embossing rubber mat here. And I use that for creating my flowers. And I have my McGill foam mat underneath. I like the 2 of those together. So we're going to go in the back. And then we're going to flip it over, and then we're going to go right in the center. And if you don't circle out that hole, you're going to want to poke it, because that will help you to keep your petals aligned when you are assembling your flower. So we're going to turn this over and just circle in the center. And I'm going to glue these together while I form the other petals. And you're going to put your petals in the empty spaces, just like that. Okay, so now we're going to the large petals, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to flip them over, and we're going to circle around each petal. And then just in the center. Now we're going to assemble that into the middle of this flower. And again, we are going to go into the blank spaces and center our petal. And you're going to use the circle to center that right in the middle. That's very helpful when you have that in a flower die. Keeps everything even. So again, we're going to put the petal in between these two petals. Get that circle centered and push that in. Pull your petals up a little bit, and then we're going to the smallest petal from the die set. And we're just going to do it on the front side. We're going to circle around to close in the little petals. And then just pull them up so it looks like that. And again, we're going to center that in the middle of our flower. And you can use the hole to center it and put your petals in between the blank spaces. Just like that. And you can see really close the hole in my flower. And then I use this little tool that I have. It's actually for ceramics. But I use this tool a lot. And it'll make sure that your hole, everything is lined up perfectly. So the last thing is I use little foam balls in the center to dress up my flowers. Just like that. And then after this is dried, I just pull up my little petals like that, and I have a beautiful fringe style flower. Next, we're going to make the medium flower. You're going to need 2 of the medium petals from the die set, and we're going to flip these over as well. And circle over each petal, flip it over, and circle around the center. Okay, this little circle did not come out, so I'm going to poke it out because this is useful in keeping my petals aligned. So I'm going to put the petals in the blank spaces. Just like that. And then we're going to take the small one and we're going to do it on the front side. We are going to circle around the whole petal. And since it did not take out my center, I'm just going to poke it out so my flower will be aligned. And I'm going to put the petals in the blank spaces from the flower underneath it. Then I'm just going to take my stylus and push this in, and I'm going to put a little foam ball. Now you can get these foam balls right now at Hobby Lobby. They have them in the Christmas craft section, and I'm not going to use that big one. I'm going to use a smaller size, and then I'm going to let this dry. And I will show you that this one I've done previously, and I was waiting for it to dry, and all I do is I pull it up. So I get a nice round effect to the flower like that. So now, last but not least, we're going to do the small one, which is this little guy right here. It's like a little bud. That looks so sweet when you have a cluster of flowers on your mini album or any project that you're doing. And we're not going to turn these over. We're just going to use our stylus to curl all of this up. Same with this one. And then this little guy didn't come out, so I'm going to poke him out so I can center my flower. So I'm going to put some glue on there. And I'm going to put the petal in the blank space of the flower below it. And then I'm going to push it to get it to stick. And then I'm going to put my little gold ball in the center, and I'm going to let that dry. And then once that's dry, I'm going to, like you see here, I pulled up the little petals into the center to make it like a bud. So I would just do this and pull them to the center. And if you do it before it dries, you might risk the chance of the petals from ungluing, but they come out really cute. I love them. I made several of them because I plan to use them. So that's today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. This is for the Fringe style flower from Scrapdiva Designs. And if you're going to go shopping there, please use Carol 10 at checkout. And I will leave an affiliate link below in the description box to this die. Thank you for joining me. Remember to sprinkle kindness like confetti wherever you go. And until the next video, happy crafting. Bye-bye.